Oh yeah, biohacking. This is gonna be fun. Let's talk about how to reach peak performance. I have a lot of things on my list, lots of tips. We'll talk about supplements, habits, nutrition, gadgets, and for the insane people, we are also talking about some hardcore hacks. The illegal stuff you only get on the dark web. And yeah, I don't recommend it. It's just for educational purposes. For that, stick around until the end of the video. But until then, let's get you healthy, energetic and smart, the legal and recommended way. Welcome to the ToasterBotnet, where I babble about random things until you either get bored or hit the subscribe button. What the fuck is biohacking? Okay, what the fuck actually is biohacking? Depending on how receptive you are to buzzwords and clickbait, this either sounds very cool and hip to you, or it sounds like some made up nonsense some weirdos post on their Twitter feed. Well, it's a bit of the Twitter thing, I think. So what people mean when they talk about biohacking? It's the practice of making small, incremental lifestyle changes to improve health, performance and well-being through self-experimentation. There are multiple types of biohacking and different people refer to different things when they use this word. Some actually use it to refer to implants and cybernetics and cyberpunk techno-future augmentation bionics and whatnot. But more often than that, biohacking just means finding ways to improve your health and care for your body and mind with whatever tools or methods you see fit. It was popularized in Silicon Valley by people seeking better cognitive performance and longevity. Of course, it's from the tech bros. So, types of biohacking include implanting tech into the body, using tech to measure or improve your health, like wearables or sleep trackers, and then do-it-yourself biology, like if you just go nuts and CRISPR yourself or something, and fasting, sleep optimization, cold exposure, nootropics, like drugs to make you smart and stuff, meditation, supplements, and you get the idea. The core idea is that you try to optimize your body and mind using whatever, like tools, techniques, data, weird stuff. And despite the buzzword, it's actually a pretty cool idea because it gives individuals control over their health, improves quality of life, and can enhance productivity and mental clarity. So because I'm a self-proclaimed productivity nerd and self-improvement dork, I obviously did some research and fell down the rabbit hole. So I'm back out of the rabbit hole and now gathered some knowledge and put together a list, which helped me a lot personally. This list leaves out a lot of stuff and mostly focuses on diet and supplements because it came into being during my weight loss journey. So I haven't done much with technology myself, so I can't talk about that much. We'll get to it in a bit. But I can give you some tips which I found helpful and which improved my health, my life and my well-being. And to assure you that it's not all made up bullshit, I actually went to a dietary and nutrition counseling and I showed my nutritionist this list, and I wanted to know if there's anything in there which is considered a myth or totally pointless, and I got told, most of these actually make sense, but some of the supplements are of course better covered with nutrition. So some of the supplements are of course redundant if you eat healthy and balanced all the time, to which I say, well, who the fuck eats balanced and healthy all the time? The nutrition part is probably the most important part of all of this. So with that said, let's improve our performance and maximize our physical health and mental abilities by doing some state-of-the-art biohacking. Let's hack. Okay, let's start with the supplements and get right into it. Creatine, good for muscles, and if you are working out, increases strength, endurance, and it basically increases water retention in the muscles to make them heal faster. You might gain some weight if you start to use it, but that's just water. And glycine helps the body with detoxification, good for kidneys and liver. It's an amino acid. Apparently it improves sleep quality and helps with falling asleep. Suitable also for muscle protection during a diet. I read somewhere to take it 1 hour before going to bed, but I'm not sure on this one. I started taking it and the effects were huge, but only in the beginning. Maybe it's just a placebo effect, but this stuff is really cheap, like really cheap, so I might as well just take it, no harm done. Probiotics, good for your healthy gut flora. My gut flora was totally messed up, so I started taking these. Maybe it was my nutrition or the pills or a combination of both, but it's really a lot better now. Vitamin D and K2 helps with fatigue and depression and stuff like that. Your body uses sunlight to provide you with vitamin D automatically, but some people might not get enough sunlight, especially if you use Arch Linux. Particularly beneficial during winter when you get less sun exposure. Take it in the morning for more energy. Also very recommended if you sit inside in front of a screen all day. Omega-3 liquid, good for heart function, brain and vision. It enhances cognitive performance, it prevents cancer, and it's best taken with a meal. And liquid is better than pills. Omega-3, also known as fish oil, is usually covered with eating fish, basically. But fish and meat and stuff is very expensive. So if you don't eat a lot of fish, just get some omega-3 liquid, perfect for that. Magnesium helps with muscle weakness, restlessness and nervousness, and it makes falling asleep easier. I take it 1 hour before going to bed. Where magnesium really helps me is when I was snowboarding all day and my entire body just aches and I'm tired as fuck. I usually take some extra magnesium to be ready to shred some powder the next morning. Multivitamin pills, yeah, of course, vitamins prevents vitamin deficiencies during weight loss or if you have a poor diet. This multivitamin stuff contains a wide variety of nutrients that could compensate for malnutrition. Normally this is redundant because you get everything through your diet normally. But some days I just eat like shit and I don't eat at all, so I just take some vitamins, so I got that covered at least. Isotonic drinks helps with electrolyte balance, like Brando, it got electrolytes. Especially after exercise. If you are exhausted and tired after workouts or after a lot of movement or whatever, an isotonic drink can work wonders. Maybe it's also the sugar spike, but it just makes me recover a bit and feel better again. Melatonin can help with falling asleep. I sleep like a rock, but it always takes forever for me to fall asleep. So popping 1 or 2 melatonin pills before going to bed gets me there faster. Melatonin is the sleep hormone which your body produces naturally when it's in the evening to make you tired. Your body starts to flush you with melatonin when it's dark. But in today's age, we stare at our screens till late at night with a lot of blue light. So this messes up our biological clock and fucks with our sleep schedule. So if you don't want to stop using screens late in the evening and you don't want to sit in the dark and stare at a wall for a few hours, melatonin pills. Habits: workout, exercise and sports. This is self-explanatory, of course. So cardio, weight training, high intensity interval training. If you move more, you will feel better, sleep better, and you will have more energy. Don't be me, I'm a lazy ass. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Bedroom and sleeping. Darken the room before going to bed for better sleep. And close the doors, it's more quiet and keeps the lights out. Keep the room cool. Keep the room cool. Keep the room cool. What the fuck? Keep the room cool. It will help you fall asleep better if your body room temperature is not too warm. And maintaining a good sleep rhythm. This is a difficult one. Don't be like me and stay up till 3 a.m. clicking Reddit. Go to bed on time. And always try to get enough sleep. You will be way more productive if you have enough sleep. Eat slowly and mindfully. Don't just inhale your food like there's no tomorrow. Feeling of fullness only sets in after 20 minutes. This will prevent overeating and eating too much calories. Intermittent fasting. And this helps with weight loss because you won't eat as much, obviously. But it also saves time because you don't need to prepare 3 meals a day. You only need to prepare 1 or maybe 2. And it makes you more alert and focused. Think about it. Makes sense from an evolutionary perspective. If you are a hungry caveman and you need food and you need to be sharp and awake to hunt, at least for me, I can focus like crazy if I don't eat. It's wild. As soon as I eat sugar and carbs, I crash and get tired. Well, sugar not as much because sugar gives me a little boost, but the crash will come a bit later eventually. If I just eat nothing and just drink water and coffee, I can concentrate a lot better and I can focus way longer and work way longer. Meal prepping. Meal prepping is an awesome time-saving hack and it simplifies healthy eating. You will just have prepared healthy food always in the fridge. So you won't order junk food or make fast and easy unhealthy meals or something, because obviously if you do this, the most low effort, fastest and easiest choice is also the healthy choice. And it really saves a ton of time. Get fresh air, take a daily walk, really good, prevents fatigue, improves concentration. Just go out, get some sunlight. I do this in the early evenings most of the time. I go for a walk around the block and I come back refreshed and can be productive again if needed. Cold exposure. Yeah, cold showers, energy boost, improved mood. I don't do this. I hate cold showers. It's like hell for me. But it might work for you, so I added it to the list. Get plenty of sunlight. Like said earlier, helps combat fatigue and it enhances performance. If you can't go outside, at least don't sit in a dark room in front of a screen all day. Let the light in. Except maybe if you're a vampire, then I don't recommend this. Meditation. Clear thinking, elevates mood, relaxation, all the good ones, reduced anxiety, stress and restlessness. I tried it, I can't do it, it's just not for me. to clear my head, I need to just take a nap or sleep a couple of hours. I just can't meditate. My head will just be full of noise and I'm basically bored after 3 seconds because the TikTok algorithm turned my brain into a smoothie. Yeah. Journaling. Writing everything down frees up mental resources and clears the mind, and it frees you from the worries and aids in self-reflection. Some of you might know that writing shit down is my favorite life tip, so this works very well for me. If you want to know more about writing shit down, check out my video on it. I put it down in the video description. Train proper posture. Like this. Keep your head straight and your shoulders back, and pay attention to your sitting position. Less pain, better mobility, better breathing. I also tried this, but when I'm on my computer, I basically turn into Quasimodo. No chance I will sit up straight while coding or something. I don't know how people do this. Breathing exercises increases resilience and well-being. This is for all the people who can't meditate like me. Make some breathing exercises, calms you down if you're in a lot of stress or hurry or overwhelmed, and it helps you to get back to focus. Deep breath. What? Tanning bed or solarium. Got that from a friend. Use high UVB tubes. Commercial tanning beds mostly use UVA. I have no idea what I'm talking about here, but my friend knows his UV tubes. Yeah, my friend is a tanning nerd. He built his own solarium at home. Thanks for the tip. So this is basically an alternative to vitamin D supplementation. Well, not so an alternative than this, but an alternative on steroids. Sauna improves blood circulation, stimulates the cardiovascular system, strengthens the immune system. Take some advice from the Finns. Get a sauna. ToasterBotnet or something like that. Linus Torvalds is Finnish. Speaks a lot for the Finns. I don't like saunas, not my thing. Gadgets, items and apps. Blue blocker glasses. Blocks blue light, which is usually the light that keeps us awake in the evening. It helps with sleep disturbances caused by screens. You could wear them in the evening to better fall asleep. Well, it's a countermeasure to the melatonin problem like before. Sleep mask and blackout curtains. If you make your room as dark as possible, this improves sleep quality. If you don't have blackout curtains or can't switch off all light sources, you could buy a sleep mask. Sunlight alarm clock. I have one of these. It's really much more comfortable to wake up with this. Before I had a sunlight alarm, I basically just was totally disoriented, confused, and just flat out rattled when my alarm rang every morning. It took me like forever to even barely pass as a human being. I hit snooze like 1,000 times, which just repeatedly kicked me out of REM sleep. I still do that sometimes. But now with the sunlight alarm, the room slowly gets bright and it starts to make bird chirping sounds and slowly and gradually make me gain consciousness. It just gradually increases the light and the sounds over the course of an hour or something. It basically stops melatonin production through light exposure, and this supports a natural way of waking up. I feel so much better in the mornings. Try it, really good tip, sunlight alarm. And of course Google Fit app, like your step counter, calorie consumption, health data. What does not get measured cannot be improved. Track your health data and document your activity. It automatically makes you improve because you become more aware of it. And with this, also sleep tracking apps, it helps you analyze and improve sleep. Use one for a while, see where you can improve your sleep, and maybe you can get better results. Nutrition. Finally, we come to nutrition. So let's start with the basics. Of course, water. Very obvious, but also very important. Around 2 liters of water a day. It promotes detoxification and fitness and metabolism. It suppresses the appetite a bit. A glass of lukewarm water also in the morning can, for example, kickstart your metabolism. So drink water lots. We often don't drink enough. Set yourself a reminder. I used to do it for that. Pops up with a notification 3 times a day. Drink your water! And ginger shots. Good for boosting metabolism. And it's good for the immune system. It helps with colds in the winter. It's best taken in the morning. And they are disgusting. Really, really disgusting. Protein powder and shakes ensures enough protein for muscle building, for example. Helps with cravings in the evening and is low in calories. Can be used as a meal replacement or a supplement. Protein is specifically good if you're doing weight training, of course. It's much harder to get protein through your meals in the right amount because you can't eat eggs all the time and meat is pretty expensive. So if you don't eat a lot of protein during a day, take some protein shakes into consideration. Worked very well for me and helped me to lose some weight. And with that, we are at meal replacement drinks. They have more calories than protein shakes, but they are great for saving time on busy days. Depends probably on the product, but some of these liquid meals have very balanced ingredients and they are basically designed to give you everything your body needs without you having to think about it. Probably not a good idea to take those permanently, but they are very, very good time saver. If you have a very busy day or you are doing extended focus work and you get hungry, you don't want to interrupt your work, just chug a meal replacement drink and back to grind set. Psyllium husk, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Helps with digestion, I didn't pronounce that right. Helps with digestion and makes you more satiated? Is it sated? Satiated? I'm not sure. I usually just put them in a little bit of water and chug it down, but they can also be mixed with food. They are apparently very good for your gut health, and this is not random internet research. I got this directly from a proctologist. Trust the experts. Chia seeds also makes you sated, but it's better suited to put in your food. It can be mixed into yogurt or cottage cheese. It's good for weight loss because they are basically swelling when they get humid. Don't put them in your yogurt too early though. Eat it quickly or it will just be a solid mush. Mush. Ground flax seeds. Cheaper alternative to chia seeds. They are kind of similar. Next up we got chickpea pasta. Healthier, if I can believe my nutritionist, and more importantly lower on carbohydrates and helps tremendously with weight loss. I use them instead of regular pasta all the time. They taste a bit different, but it's not that bad if you put sauce on them. Use high quality oils. Sunflower oil is a bit unhealthy according to research. Better to replace it with olive or rapeseed oil. Probably a bit more expensive, but we don't want to save money. We want to be as healthy as possible. Nuts and nut mixes. Of course, nuts are awesome. Positively affect your cognitive performance. If you're trying to lose weight, the recommendation is maximum 30 grams per day. Very substantial, lot of calories, but I love nuts, especially cashews. But they are well worth it, gives you brain power. Green tea, well, tea is always good. Green tea apparently lowers cholesterol levels, so drinking a green tea now and then is a good idea. Bulletproof coffee provides more energy and boosts you in the morning. It's basically high quality coffee with butter and MCT oil, but I don't do this. I drink way too much coffee and these are too much calories for me. Counterproductive if you want to reduce your caloric intake. Apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon in water. It suppresses appetite, take it before meals and you will feel less hungry. And it's supposed to be healthy as well for your gut, for asthma, for headaches or even hemorrhoids. Fruit, 2 servings of fruit per day, 250 grams max. It's sugar, but it's good sugar. Eat fruits, but not too much. Vegetables, 3 servings of vegetables per day, 400 grams minimum. Here we have a minimum. You can't have enough vegetables. Also, if you stuff yourself with healthy vegetables, there is less room for all the other unhealthy foods. So just eat your veggies. Low carb. Good tip is low on carbohydrates. This promotes weight loss, of course, but it's really hard. If you can't go without carbs, then set a limit, like maximum 80 grams of pasta per day. That's raw weight, not cooked. Personally, I go crazy, full on withdrawal hell if I try to cut out carbs. So I focus way more on just eating healthy and try to reduce my carbs, but not lower them too much. Completely cutting out bread and pastries, for example, wasn't a big deal for me. As always, you have to try what works for you. Also, here are some recommended products from my nutrition counselor. Berries are good, cottage cheese instead of yogurt. Eat natural yogurt, like 1.5% fat or something, not the fatty version. And yes, I know it tastes better, tastes a lot better. Natural buttermilk is good. Yes, don't forget your dairy products for your muscles and bones, calcium, phosphor, vitamins, long list. Follow Mr. T's example and drink your glass of milk. Milk fool! Feta cheese. Legumes. Whole grain products are also healthier, of course, most of the time, but better than the whole grain is the chickpea stuff. Things to avoid. Obviously sugar. Yeah, avoid sugar, especially industrial sugar. Fruits are good if you don't overdo it, but everything else that contains a lot of sugar, just avoid it as much as possible. It just messes with your body, health, teeth, insulin, everything. Processed foods, avoid as much of the processed foods as possible. Eat whole foods, like real natural food, like vegetables, fruits, proper meat, eggs, oats, nuts, beans, fish, and all the stuff that is processed as little as possible. And try to stay away from everything that's like an entire page of ingredients, chemicals, preservatives. It will do a lot for your health. And of course, if you're not losing weight, still see that you don't take in too many calories, because that makes you tired. I know carbs are awesome and taste delicious most of the time, but try to not eat too much of them. Because not only is it counterproductive to weight loss and the alternative is much healthier, but it also makes you really very tired. Carbs just make you tired. You're more productive and awake if you reduce your carbs. Overeating and undereating. Yeah, try to not severely undereat or overeat. You won't feel good. Both extremes are very counterproductive if you're trying to have a better physical and mental performance. Even if you're trying to lose weight, don't starve yourself. Your diet needs to be sustainable and healthy. And last but not least, alcohol. Avoid alcohol. I quit drinking, I think it was in 2015. And I mean entirely. I haven't touched it since, not even a glass of wine or a beer. I don't miss it. I don't miss waking up with a headache and dehydrated, or I don't miss any substances that mess with my clarity and my perception of reality in general. I should have quit way earlier. Everything only got better since then. Cutting out alcohol was a good decision. It's just bad for you, period. Yeah, but it's also a lot of fun, granted. Okay, so if you want to keep alcohol, at least do some of the other stuff. You need to find stuff that resonates with you here. So now you are probably waiting for the hardcore hacks, like the illegal stuff. Okay, so we'll get there. Just some closing words first. So that's my list I put together to get my physical and mental performance to a point where I can have a sustained high productivity baseline continuously. Like no 0 days, grind set. Check out my other video playlist for productivity in the video description. The complete biohacking list is also available on my YouTube website. I put it here in the, hopefully. I got an English and a German version. Direct links in the video description down below. So now make adjustments to your daily habits, lifestyle, and hack your biology, my friends. Exercise, eat healthy, use supplements, and look after your body and mind. It will make your life better, trust me. And also be aware of the content you consume. Try to consume inspirational, educational, and uplifting content online. Don't poison your mind with negativity, cynicism, anger, or hate. Try to stay positive and optimistic as much as you can. If you go through life with a bad mood, that will impact everything else. Productivity, performance, mental health, physical health, success, and happiness. But that's probably worth a deep dive for another video. Of course, this wasn't all there is to biohacking. There's a lot more, and there are of course the extreme versions of implanting chips into your skin or heavy use of technology to measure everything. But that's not my thing. I try to keep it basic and safe. Speaking of safe, there are also drugs you could use to boost your performance. I got some examples for you. I don't do this. I don't plan to do this yet. I don't recommend to do this. And please don't take this seriously. It's just informational. I repeat, don't do this. So anyway, there's a lot of biohacking tips floating around the internet with nootropics and smart drugs. I did a bit of research, and the nootropics you can find legally are basically useless. It's mostly just over expensive pills with caffeine, ginger, and a lot of stuff mixed in. I mean, it's probably not bad for you. It might work a little bit, but if you use the tips of my list I told you earlier, you will go much further than just taking some overpriced supplements that has the same effects as a cup of coffee. But I wanted to know what nootropics actually would make sense in our hypothetical scenario where we want to get smart with pills. The hardcore hacks. Modafinil. Yeah, it's a prescription drug. Apparently it's a narcolepsy medication. It can be used as a nootropic and smart drug. Recommendation is low dose, once or twice a week. Apparently it makes you big brain. Can't confirm, haven't tried, and probably not going to. Ammodafinil, similar to modafinil but lasts longer. I got this from a friend who read my list and he said this lasts longer. I trust him, he knows his drugs, so he's probably right about that. Pyracetam, I don't know if I actually pronounce this stuff right, I have no idea. This is a medication used for dementia. It improves cognitive performance. So same here, smart drug. Hydergine. This medication is used to treat mild problems with mood, memory, concentration or behavior in older adults. It is believed to increase blood flow in the brain. So more blood flow in the brain, more smarter. Makes sense. Rapamycin or sirolimus. Now we are talking about anti-aging drugs. This stuff is used to prevent rejection of organ transplants and to treat cancer patients and stuff like that. But apparently it's a real anti-aging drug which enhances the immune system. And in animal trials it prolongs the health and lifespan of subjects. I'm not messing with you here, this doesn't come from 4chan, it's the Max Planck Institute which wrote about it, but don't take it. Wegovy, well, you all heard about that. That's the weight loss drug. Everybody wants it, nobody can afford it. Doctors won't subscribe it unless you have diabetes or are severely morbidly obese. It's expensive and prescription only currently. But it works if you take it regularly, as far as I know. So you have to pay continuously. That's the problem. You can't take it once, lose your weight and be done. It's basically flips back, and yeah. You can probably get the ingredients from China, but I wouldn't put anything in my body. I ordered from Alibaba, even though I got Alibaba stocks. So for me it's a pass because it's too expensive. Hopefully we will get our cheap weight loss pills someday. Until then, I'm just dieting. Metformin. This is also a diabetes medication that helps with weight loss. Also prescription only, so similar to Wegovy. And that's it. That's it with my biohacking list. I hope you enjoy the content and I hope you will implement some stuff and try some things out for yourself. Not the hardcore hacks though, do the healthy stuff. So have fun biohacking. Leave a comment, like and subscribe for the algorithm. Write down your biohacks in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching and see you next time. ToasterBotnet out.